We're back here at Supercar Sunday with Scott Stanley and Carl Bell.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yes, happy Mother's Day, my good.
Well, let me. I'm gonna do something selfishly here, okay? Because I've been doing this so long. When I started this, I'm trying to show the history here. I started this at a little coffee shop over 20 years ago.
I'm off Mulholland.
And you were there 20-something years ago.
Ground zero, baby.
So Carl, who's at Porsche Woodland Hills with Scott Stanley, and this is important to me.
And at the time, I wasn't selling Porsches when this all started. When you started,
and we were a lot younger.
Well, yeah, don't go there. We don't need to remind people.
So the nice thing is we're all enthusiasts. We're all in the community. We've been doing it for decades, and we're still doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it, loving it. And look at everybody else. Show them everybody that's here. They're all over the place.
All over the place. And you just came back from
Porsche Germany.
Okay.
Porsche Germany sounds like a region of Germany. Well, it is a region from Stuttgart, where I went there for a few days to get a little more training with what I call off-the-menu items. You can go to the configurator on to build a Porsche. Now it's probably more intricate than it's ever been, where you can do a lot of features that weren't available on the configurator now, like a lot of the paint to sample colors, extra leather choices. And there are even things beyond that, what I call off the menu, and that was really the purpose of the training, was to find out just how far and how deep and how crazy you can go with customizing a Porsche. So even though the configurator is more involved and you can do a lot of things on it, there's even things beyond that that you can do. And if anybody's interested in anything like that, just give me a call at Porsche Woodland Hills.
Otherwise known as Special Wishes.
Right. And
behind you.
in German, Sonderwunsch, which is special wishes. This Arctic Gray GT3 has Porsche exclusive items. Now, it's not Sonderwunsch program, but it's still almost a one-off type thing. So you can do a Porsche exclusive interior with black and then a free choice of another color. So this is not your typical black with the Bordeaux red. This is a much brighter red. It's got some carbon fiber pieces, and then it's got this embossed leather feature here between the carbon fiber and the top double stitching, which is deviated to the color. And it's also on the front lip and on the front edge, if you get a little close up there, of the dash. It goes all the way across and also under, you know,
I've
down to the bottom
I've never
piece.
seen that.
No.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
So that's
And then the carbon fiber, and then up it's Alcantara or Race Tex.
even the end caps, as we call them, are covered in leather. This is typically not covered in leather. So it's got the extra leather bits, and that comes from the Porsche Exclusive, and that's something that you can do online. That's not something that's, as I call it, off the menu.
Okay.
So that's something that's available there. And then Porsche Exclusive also is, giving you the pinstripe around the outer edge of the wheel.
From the factory, wow. Yeah,
All
I didn't
from
know
the
that.
factory. So you can really go crazy.
So I up to this point, I've never owned a Porsche. It's on the list because of you guys. It's killing me to not have one. I've thought about selling some of my cars to get one, but I'm not there yet, but I will be. So I've watched Porsche over the years, and the big thing used to be paint to sample. This is a paint to sample car. It's rare, it's more exclusive. Typically, at time of resale, depending on the car, it gets higher value, right? It's a little more rare. So when you're talking about the recent training you had with this wish list program, how crazy can you actually get if I wanted to build a total one-off car from the factory that no one will ever have a duplicate?
So if you go with a 911, there are 130 colors that they offer on the paint to sample color list, going back to some very old Porsche colors. If you want to go beyond that, you got to give them a color of what you want. Maybe your wife has a great nail polish and you want to duplicate that. You send it to Porsche and they'll do what's called the feasibility test, and that gives them the ability to paint different panels with that paint, plastic, metal, see how it absorbs, because the plastic will react differently than the metal. They'll leave it out and give it some weathering and see how it does. If it passes all of that, then they'll make that an option that you can order. Now, your regular paint to samples are about 13 grand now. If you go to the specialties, there are 26,000 that you can do a complete custom paint job. Now, the capacity has been the issue with Porsche with paint to sample. It fills up very quickly. Demand outstrips supply. They were doing just a few hundred a year. This past year, they did 5,000 cars.
Wow.
In 3 years, they want to increase that by fourfold. They want to do 20,000 cars. And even at 20,000 a year, when they get to that capacity, they will likely still not be able to meet demand, but they also understand they don't want to just make it available, anybody, anytime, for any cost, because then that kind of diminishes the value of, that's just being done too much and just not enough. So even though it's 20,000, you got to remember we don't build a whole lot of cars to begin with, so 20,000 is not a lot. But in 4 years, that's what they hope to be at.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's
And to answer your question, what can you do? There's people that have spent 6 figures just on the custom colors from the factory, the special wishes. You can put your names on the door sills. You can do, there's just anything you want to do. There's also another level above that, which takes years to get that car, but they could even change around some engine configurations and some channel configurations.
wow.
We love building these cars. This is like the
Well,
funnest
I
part.
had it recently with a friend. We'll just say his first name, Bill. He wanted to put together his dream Porsche. I went there with him. We sat down, and I got a text. I guess the order's coming in, but you helped me create his dream Porsche.
Absolutely. As I
Yeah,
said,
it's a great experience.
And we're there for you. We have seen a lot of them get built. Our opinion doesn't matter as much as yours, but it's very exciting to watch people do that.
Well, thank you guys for the
Endless
explanation.
possibilities.
You know, from my perspective, again, a non-Porsche owner, the big thing was always paint to sample. Oh, that's a paint to sample car. But to hear that you can go so far further nowadays, I didn't know that until just now. So thank you for the lesson. Thank you for sharing the knowledge. Being out at Supercar Sunday.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day. Thank you, Dustin.
You got it. We'll see you later.